I'm not crying, Mr. Potter.
Well, you're begging. That's a whole lot of work.
Well, all I'm asking for is 30 days more. Just a minute, son. Just 30 short days. I'll dig up that 5,000 somehow.
Shut me up. Shut me up.
Pop.
Have you put any real pressure on these people of yours to pay those mortgages?
Times are bad, Mr. Potter. A lot of these people are out of work.
Well, foreclosed.
I can't do that. These families have children.
They're not my children.
But they're somebody's children, Mr. Potter.
Are you running a business or a charity war?
Well, all
Not with my money.
Mr. Potter, what makes you such a hard-skulled character? You have no family, no children. You can't begin to spend all the money you've got.
Oh, I suppose I should give it to miserable failures like you and that idiot brother of yours to spend for me.
He's not a failure. You
George,
can't say
George.
that about my father.
George,
You're
George.
not. You're the biggest man in town.
Run along.
Bigger than him.
Run along.
Bigger than everybody.
Very
Give you an idea of the Baileys.
Don't let him say that about you, Pop.
All right, son. All right. Thanks. I'll talk to you tonight. You know, George, I wish we could send Harry to college with you. Your mother and I talked it over half the night.
We have that all figured out. See, Harry will take my job in the building loan, work there for 4 years, and he'll go.
Pretty young for that job.
Oh, no younger than I was.
Well, you were born older, George.
How's that?
I say you were born older. I suppose you've decided what you want to do when you get out of college.
Oh, well, you know what I've always talked about. Build things, design new buildings, plan modern cities. All that stuff I've been talking
Still
about.
after that first million before you're 30, huh?
No, I'll sell half that in cash.
Of course, it's just a hope, but you wouldn't consider coming back to the building and loan, would you?
Well, Well, Annie, why don't you draw up a chair? Then you'd be more comfortable and you could hear everything that's going on.
I would if I thought I'd hear anything worth listening to.
You would. I know it's soon to talk about it.
No, not Pop. I couldn't. I couldn't face being cooped up for the rest of my life in a shabby little office. No, I'm sorry, Pop. I didn't mean that. It's this business of nickels and dimes and spending all your life trying to figure out how to save 3 cents in a length of pipe. I go crazy. I want to do something big and something important.
You know, George, I feel that in a small way we're doing something important. It's satisfying a fundamental urge. It's deep in the race for a man to want his own roof and walls and fireplace. And we're helping him get those things in our shabby little office.
I know, Pop. I know that. I wish I felt that I've been hoarding pennies like a miser here in order to... Most of my friends have already finished college. I just feel like if I didn't get away, I'd bust.
Yes, yes. You're right, son.
You see what I mean, don't you, Pop?
This town is no place for any man unless he's willing to crawl to Potter. Now, you've got talent, son. I've seen it. You get yourself an education and get out of here.
What does that get us? A discontented, lazy rabble instead of a thrifty working class. And all because a few starry-eyed dreamers like Peter Bailey stir 'em up and fill their head with a lot of impossible ideas. Now, I say...
Just a minute. Just a minute. Now, hold on, Mr. Potter. Just a minute. Now, you're right when you say my father was no businessman. I know that. Why he ever started this cheap penny ante building and loan, I'll never know. But neither you nor anybody else can say anything against his character because his whole life was... Why, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy? He didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me. But he did help a few people get out of your slums, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that? Well, here, you're all businessmen here. Doesn't make them better citizens? Doesn't make them better customers? You said that what'd you say just a minute ago? They had to wait and save their money before they even thought of a decent home? Wait for what? Until their children grow up and leave them? Until they're so old and broken down that you know how long it takes a working man to save $5,000? Just remember this, Mr. Potter, that this rabble you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. Well, is it too much to have them work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? Anyway, my father didn't think so. People were human beings to him, but to you, a warped, frustrated old man, they're cattle. Well, in my book, he died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not interested in your book. I'm talking about the building and loan.
I know very well what you're talking about. You're talking about something you can't get your fingers on, and it's galling you. That's what you're talking about, I know. Well, I've said too much. You're the board here. You do what you want with this thing. There's just one thing more, though. This town needs this measly one-horse institution, if only to have some place where people can come without crawling to Potter. Come on.
And for the carriage freight, I put on my hat.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bailey.
Hello, Violet. Hey, you look good. That's some dress you got on there.
What? This old thing? Well, I only wear it when I don't care how I look.
How would you like to...
Yes.
Excuse me.
Oh, wait a minute.
I think I got a date. But, stick around, fellas, just in case, huh?
We'll wait for you, baby.
Hello, Georgia Forty.
Violet?
Hey, what give?
Nothing.
Where you going?
Oh, I'm probably end up down at the library.
Georgie, don't you ever get tired of just reading about things?
Yes. What are you doing tonight?
Nothing.
Are you game, Vi? Let's make a night of it.
Oh, I'd love it, Georgie. What'll we do?
Let's go out in the fields and take off our shoes and walk through the grass.
Huh?
Then we can go up to the falls. It's beautiful up there in the moonlight. And there's a green pool up there, and we can swim in it. Then we can climb Mount Bedford and smell the pines and watch the sunrise against the peaks, and we'll stay up there the whole night, and everybody will be talking. There'll be a terrific scamp.
Georgie, have you gone crazy?
No,
Why,
listen.
walk in the grass in my bare feet. Why, it's 10 miles up to Mount Bedford.
Oh,
think somebody
okay,
needs
just
to go
forget
swim?
about the whole thing. There you are.
Character. If I had any character,
Well, it takes a lot of character to leave your hometown and start all over again.
I know, George.
Here.
Don't.
No, here. Now, you're broke, aren't you?
I know, but...
What do you want to do? Hawk your furs and that hat? Want to walk to New York? You know, they charge for meals and rent up there just the same as doing Bedford Falls.
Yeah, sure.
No, that's a loan. No, that's my business, building and loan. Besides, you'll get a job. Good luck to you.
I'm glad I know you, George Bailey.
Say hello to New York for me.
Yeah, sure I will.
Now, let's hear from you once in a while. Come on. Merry Christmas, boy.
Merry Christmas, George.
Oh, Violet.
I'm not gonna go, George. I changed my mind.